Story title: The Bread Seller's Smile. Every morning before sunrise, Layla pushed her wooden cart down the narrow streets of the old town. Her cart was filled with freshly baked bread-round loaves dusted with flour, still warm and fragrant. She was known not for her bread alone but for her smile. No matter how poor the day or how heavy her cart, Layla always greeted everyone with warmth. "Good morning, sir. May your day rise as my bread does," she would say, and people would laugh. But behind that smile, few knew her struggles. Layla lived in a small one-room house by the edge of the market. Her husband had passed away years earlier, leaving her with little more than a recipe book and a promise to keep spreading kindness, no matter how hard life became. Some days, she sold all her bread. Some days, she sold none. Yet even when she went home with an empty pocket, she'd still give away her last loaf to someone hungrier than her. Her neighbors often said, "Layla, kindness won't fill your stomach." She would just smile. "Maybe not mine, but it fills my heart." One winter morning, as frost clung to the windows, Layla noticed a young boy sitting near her stall. He was thin, barefoot, and shivering. "Are you hungry?" she asked. The boy nodded slowly. Layla handed him a loaf. "Eat, child." He stared at her. "But I have no money." "You don't need any," she said. "Pay me when you can," with a smile. He hesitated, then smiled. From that day on, the boy came every morning. He helped her carry the heavy bread trays and cleaned her cart after the market closed. Layla taught him how to knead dough, how to shape loaves, how to wait patiently for the yeast to rise. "What's your name?" she asked one evening. "Samir," he said softly. "My parents are gone." "I live near the river." Layla's eyes softened. "Then you'll live here now," she said, pointing to the small corner of her house. Samir protested, but she just laughed. "You're lighter than a bag of flour." "I'll manage." Years passed. Together, they worked every morning, their laughter rising with the bread. One day, a wealthy man stopped at her stall. He was dressed finely, with a golden pin on his coat. "Are you the baker who gives bread to beggars?" he asked. Layla blinked. "I give bread to anyone who's hungry." The man smiled faintly. "Good, I'm the owner of the Royal Bakery. I need someone to manage our new branch." "I've heard of your kindness and your bread," Layla laughed. "Sir, I'm too old to run anything except my cart." "Then let the boy do it," the man said, nodding at Samir. Samir froze. "Me?" The man smiled. "Yes, you've learned from the best." Layla looked at Samir proudly. "Go, child. The world needs your hands." Months later, the Royal Bakery flourished. Samir became known as the kind baker who never turned away the poor. And every week he brought a basket of fresh bread to the woman who had once given him his first meal. But one evening, when he arrived, Layla was gone. On her table lay a note, written in shaky handwriting. "My dear Samir, if you're reading this, I've gone to rest. Remember, kindness is like bread. It must be made fresh every day, shared freely and given with love. Don't stop smiling, my boy. Someone out there needs it." Samir wept. He placed a loaf beside her note, still warm, and whispered, "You fed the world with more than bread." From that day, every loaf from Samir's bakery was stamped with a small smile, Layla smile. Moral of the story: kindness doesn't need wealth, it needs heart. A small act of compassion can rise and spread, just like bread, feeding souls long after we're gone.